Okay, so essentially I'm going to show you the difference between 4 and 5. I'm going to show you 5 and then 4, only because 5 takes forever to load, because it's a much more graphically intense game. So as you can see here, I picked Ryu, and he has V skills and V trigger, and he's got 2 of them for each. So you got Mind's Eye, which is a defensive option, Thrust Strike, which is like an offensive defensive option. It's a counter, but only hits at a certain time. Denjin Renkei, which is a buff to his Shoryuken and Hadouken, and then Katu Fabutsu, which is a counter that crumples. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to show you V skill trigger 1 and 2, because essentially that's how the game starts out. So I'll show off the other ones too. This stuff comes out tomorrow. Can't wait for that.
Do not hesitate.
So as you can see here, I have all my input stuff on. You know, I got the punches. This is Shoryuken. Now let's go to his command list and just show off the moves that he has. So he's got Hadouken, Shoryuken, Tetsumaki, Airborne Tetsumaki, and then Joken Shukuriri, which is what this is basically his heel kick that he has from Third Strike. So that's that. Tetsumaki, Hadouken, Shoryuken. And then he also had what was Heavy Punch and Heavy Kick, but that's only with V Trigger 2. This is his V skill, which is a counter. It's basically the parry from Third Strike, but you can execute it whenever. And as for his V Trigger, it powers up his Shoryuken, his Hadouken. His Shoryuken gives him a lightning effect, and they just do more damage effectively. And then as for a super, that's that for the super. But then also what is in combination with this V-trigger is you can do the V-trigger, and it does a stronger version of it. And it eats up the whole bar too. And then effectively also with the command list, he also has target combos. So he's got unique attacks. He's got the collarbone breaker, which is forward medium punch, solar plex strike, forward heavy punch. He has axe kick, which is back heavy kick. This is a target combo, which is heavy punch into heavy kick, and then another one, which is medium punch into heavy punch into heavy kick. So that's medium, heavy, 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 forward medium punch, forward heavy punch, back heavy kick, between regular heavy kick. And these, so like I have it set to where the character blocks after they can recover, so they automatically cover. So I can't do this into this because he automatically blocks, but I could do that because I can hit faster than they recover. But also target combos also hit fast enough as well. So basically in this game, I could do medium punch into heavy punch without him blocking, because that's how the game works. He gets a target combo. And effectively, this also kind of helps out with it too. So it's like you could do jump in and do a target combo like that. And yeah, so he has these options. Effectively, I'll also show you his other things as well. So his V skill 2, which is a counter punch, that during the middle of that animation, he counters and then hits. And then V trigger 2, which is another parry, and it crumples. So that's essentially what it does. It doesn't boost up anything, it's just literally a counter. And now let me show you a different character too, because I just want to show off effectively two characters. between the two games, just to show the difference. Because Ryu is slightly different from 4 to 5, plays vastly different, just slightly different. However, Ken, between 4 and 5, is another character who is also vastly different as well. So let's go over to Ken, go to default. And effectively, I want to show off his V skill and V trigger, because these are specific, because these are going to translate over to Street Fighter 4. So as you can see here, Ken has a bit of a different stance in this game than Ryu would. He's very more flowy. As for Ken, he has his Hadouken, he's got a Shoryuken, and his spin kick is very different. So he's got, that's the heavy one. So he jumps up in the air and does that. His light one is that, his medium one's this, but his heavy one does that, where he jumps up in the air. And then also, that's his EX one in the air. Yeah, and it just hits and it goes up. It's basically a it works differently than if you were to do this, which is what it is in all the other games. And then his V trigger does this spinning punch. And his super is this close-ranged kick. And then his EX Shoryuken is, which is Shoryu Reppa, which is usually his super in most games. And his EX Hadouken is that. And then as for his target combos, he has a unique set of target combos. So he's got Thunder Kick, which is forward heavy kick, attack triggered with button hold. So if you just press forward heavy kick, he feints. Holding it does the attack, which is different than in 4. He's got his Nzami kick, which is that. He's got he has back medium punch, which is different than regular medium punch. That's regular, that's back. And then also the back one could be comboed into a target combo, which is back medium punch and the heavy punch, which is that. And then he also has a target combo with his kicks, which is medium kick into heavy kick, where he kind of like does back forth, back and forth. And then, you know, he's got his V system stuff, critical art, and normal throws. But effectively, that Ryu and Ken play vastly different between themselves in this game, but they're also different in Street Fighter 4. So like I said, he's got that, he can do that. His Shoryuken EX is Shoryu Reppa, and his V-Trigger is ultimately his, that's just a combo that I like to do with him, but ultimately, his V-Trigger in this is his Ultra in 4. And you'll see in a second. As you can see here, we get 2 different Ultra combos. You could actually pick both. It's just a weaker version, and I'm just going to show you both just to be safe about it. Go to the training stage here. Fight locale. Are you ready? Fight! So effectively, Ryu has the same moves. He's got the the Hadouken, the Shoryuken, the Tetsu. That's the heavy one, and just to show that he still goes at a horizontal plane. He doesn't have his heel kick in this game. As you can see, this is all of his special moves. He's got a super combo, which is that, and then his ultra combo, which is just a purple version, but it doesn't do the electric. It doesn't do the electric thing. And then he has and then his other super is, which is a big Shoryuken. And then as for his target combos, he doesn't have target combos in this game. As you can see, he only has his collar cone breaker and his solar plex strike, which is that move and that move. Otherwise, he doesn't have his medium punch, heavy kick. That's not a target combo in this game. See? Because if it was, it would combo into themselves, and it would leave them open. Whereas if I can do light punch into light kick, and with this game, you have to time your hits, because your attacks kind of don't buffer into themselves like you would in 5. Because as you can see, I'm whiffing some of the hits, and that's because you can't really buffer. You have to be frame specific. See? And you can obviously mash it to, you know, get it to be more on point, but and then also medium punch and medium kick is his focus attack. So on hit, it crumples. So you can follow up with a move there. You could also cancel out of it. That's a focus attack cancel special. So it basically cancels the animation, so that way I'm not stuck in this recovery. And it's very hard to execute, as you can see, is that it hurts my hand a little bit. So it's like you gotta do the quarter circle motion, then you gotta do the move, cancel into medium punch, heavy punch, and then dash out of it. As you can see, it's not very easy to do, and this game is a lot more faster paced. And that's Ryu. There's not a lot of differences between him, but as it comes to with the target combos and stuff, he's a lot easier to play in 5 than he is in 4, and that's kind of like how it is with most characters. Now, let me show you off Ken, who is effectively also very different in this game compared to if he was in 5.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
So if I go to his command list here, same moves as Ryu, but as you can see here, that's his heavy Tatsu, whereas before he would go up and at an angle. So that's a bit different. He still has the Flaming Shoryuken for his heavy. However, his EX version doesn't do the 2 hits, like he doesn't do 1, 2. He just goes up like that, because that is saved for his super. So as you can see before, his EX in 5 is his super in 4. And also his spinning kick, the Shin Shoryuken. This is his ultra. And to show a better visual of it, so you see that. And as for Ken, his target combos, are also very different. He still has his Inuzama kick. He's got a different move, forward stet kick. And he's got Thunder Kick, which is different than the one in the other game, because in the other game, in 5, you hold it down to do the move. In this game, you hold it down to do the feint. I know, it's forward medium punch, that's right. That's back kick, that's forward medium kick, that's regular. And as for the heavy, see, if I hold it down, he feints. If I press it, he does it. And he also doesn't have his target combo from before, the kick one. However, he does have the target combo, but it's only near the opponent. So, and it's not executed with a back medium punch, so it's... So I can't do it from over here. I have to be up close to do the target combo. And he doesn't have the medium kick and the heavy kick. As you can see here. And then, same idea, that he has focus attack. It's very hard to do the... But yeah, effectively. And then, as for gameplay, this feels faster, especially at, like, higher levels of competitive play than the 5. 5 is a lot slower. This is very high stakes and very fast. And these are just differences in just gameplay-wise. You can understand. And I'm gonna play Ken for both of these, just because I like Ken. I like Ken in 4, but I don't like him in 5. It's weird.
Fight locale. Let's get started. Fight! Hadouken! 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 Take this! Let's keep it up! Fight! Hadouken! 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 Shoryuken! Hadouken! Shoryuken! Hadouken! One more for good measure! Hadouken! 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 Shoryuken! This match decides the winner. Fight! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
Nah. Effectively, this is a lot faster paced, and it's very much like a it's a very quick back and forth style of game. Now, as compared to 5, which will be vastly different. But the other thing is that showing it is very different than playing it. Like, if you were to play 4 and then play 5, you'll feel the difference. So effectively, changing between these games is not easy. Also, frame data is very different. Like, instead of a focused attack, I have this overhead kick that I have, like a charge. But it's not like a focused attack because it doesn't have super armor, because focused attacks had super armor. Also, Ryu has the Denjing Hadouken.
Round 2. Fight. Final round. Fight. Hadouken! Shoryuken! Shoryuken! Hadouken! Nice hit! Good Tatsumaki! Hadouken! Shoryuken! Shoryuken! Hadouken!
Effectively, now, because I got used to it, it feels like a different game. Like, Ken doesn't feel the same between the two games, and the same could be said for Ryu. I just wanted to show off Ken because it's a vastly bigger difference. Ryu had his stuff too, as you could see between the different computers, and how the computers fought, but generally, it's a very different game. And that's all I really wanted to show off with this build, and this game, essentially. That's all I wanted to show off. Took forever, though.